Hey guys.
How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is still well and hanging in and, all that good stuff. I'll try not to babble too much. I have two DESTASH boxes that, I have been cleaning and organizing and reorganizing, and I still, I could probably put several more of these together. They wouldn't all be the same, but similar. Of course, the books and stuff wouldn't be the same. But so what I did was, I went through some of my fabrics. I did a lot of reorganizing of my buttons. I have so many buttons, and then I have one big bag of buttons that I went through, and I just got like 3 or 4 handfuls and put them in a bag, and then some books and book covers and some book pages. So this is a DESTASH box, and it is a medium flat rate box. And what I'm gonna do is, I've got 2 of them, and I'm gonna show you basically the stuff that's in the fabrics, because the fabrics and the buttons are fairly similar. Well, all the fabric pieces, you're going to get the same stuff in the fabric pieces, and then in the little sort of scrap pieces, and then the books will be different. So I'll show you the books from the other one, and I'm going to do this through PayPal. So if you're interested in one of these, I'm going to put, this is going to be box A, and the other one's going to be box B. And of course, did I write anything down? Just know that Here Comes the Parade. I'll put that in the description. That the Here Comes the Parade will be in box A, and I'll show you what's in the other box in a minute. But you'll get two little golden books, and these are, well, yeah, this is a little golden book. Two little golden books. This one is a super old one. This is actually a first edition. Here Comes the Parade, and I've had this in my stash for a really long time, and it's super cute. You could use it and make a journal out of it, or you could use it for the pages, use the cover to make a book. And it's intact, and it's in pretty good shape. You can see that it's an old one. Let's see, it is. Spend a little bit more time on this. So this is a 1951 copy, and if you can see, there's kind of a scratch here on the cover, but other than that, it's in super good shape, and it'd be a really, really fun journal. I've just got so many books, y'all. I have collected so many. When I started buying stuff, I bought like lots of books, like 20 books in a lot or whatever, and then I've used what I want to use, and I've really tried to go through and pare them down some. So this particular DESTASH box will have this little golden book, and then Pete's Dragon. It is also intact. It's 1977. It's a cute little book. It's not a first edition. And then I put a bunch of covers. So this would be great if you're just starting out, just to add to your supplies. This is just a cover, would make a really cute little cover for a book. And then Old McDonald's Farm. I love the inside of this little book with the illustrations on it. This was I'm not sure what, Publications International. Anyway, there's that one. Then there's the Sleepy book. It's just a cover and a back. And then here is just a regular book cover. It was a book called The Doll Bones. This would be cute. It's already prepped for you if you want just a small writing journal. It's a really pretty color. It's like a grayish blue. Nice and ready to go. Then there's an old garden book that I started to make a journal out of. It does have some staining on here. I just realized that. I'll wipe it down a little bit, but you can cover that up. Put glue on there and seal it with something else. These covers are really pretty. They were from the 60s. It does not have it does not have a smell to it, so it's not, it's just where it got some water on it and that's just dried. It's not mold. It's just some water spots. So there's that one. All right, I gotta give myself some space here. I have stuff drug out everywhere. Then there's I Wonder Why Fish Don't Drown. So this is the cover in the back. This would make a pretty cool glue book, or you know, if you love the ocean like I do, you know, sort of an ocean or beach theme. This is one I picked up at a thrift store, and I've used most of the pages out of it. This was like a copy that was printed in the 80s of some of the old Dick and Jane, and this one's cool because it's a, I like this size. It's a let's see, it's like 9 by 9 1/4. So this is a cool size, and this would make a great journal, daily journal, glue book, kids book, whatever. Here's another. This was a craft book, the Family Creative Workshop, and it's got the shells on it. It still has the interior flyleaf pages, which are like a really nice craft. And I have a couple of these, and this is just really cool. I thought about making some glue books out of some of these, and I'm going to make some more glue books because I have a whole bin of covers and paper. I mean, I just have a whole bin. It's ridiculous. So this is really pretty. So I tried to pick, you know, ones that were in good shape and that I thought you would like. So you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 covers and 2 books, okay? And then these are just, this was from a little dog book. I thought it would be cute if you like dogs. I threw a couple of these in here. Look at that. He looks sort of like my black lab Elvis, only he was a little more block-headed. So there's those pages. There's some cookbook stuff. Is this cookbook? No, this is Handyman. This is a vintage Handyman book, I believe from the 50s. There's several pages in here. There's some kid book pages. Some, this is like a, kind of like tracing paper. Curious George. Just a bunch of fun little images that I pulled from different books. I'm trying to go through this fast just so you get an idea. Some other things that would be good for collage, just little old book pages. These are super old from some kids' storybooks. Dictionary. It's a dictionary page. These are really pretty. I've used a few of these. This is about going to the fair. They're great for collage. My storybook from, this is Childcraft. More storybook. This is from a little, this is really old, really cool, from a vintage kids magazine about making toys and stuff. There's some coloring book pages. These are a bunch of, this is from a book. It's like a bunch of worms. It's really kind of funny looking. But these, my intent was for you to, some of these are really pretty. You could use in different ways. These are really cool. I love these cookbook pages. But my intent was, I was thinking glue books, but I put a variety of things in here. These are from some really cool art books. And it's the signature, like when I'm flipping, it's the whole signature in here. So there's some really cool, like this would be really kind of cool on a cover. There's some quilting pages from the craft book. Some cool images from different cookbooks and stuff. A couple of floral and garden books. And then just, you know, it's just a random mix. There's a few more kids book pages in here. Some old Mother Goose, little kids recipe book. So these would be great for glue books, or some of these things I think you could just use. Just make you a good old funky junk journal with all these pages and have lots of fun. I did not count the pages. I just kind of put the same amount from each sort of type book. And then I put a couple of large maps. These are big, okay? So this came from a 1980s atlas. So these are great. You can use them as in big books, or you can cut them down. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then some of the index pages. There's actually 4 maps. Okay, so there's 4 big map pages and 4 index pages. I think they're fun in the big glue books. So you get all of that, okay, to go with the books. And I'm gonna put it in this Ziploc bag because I'm not gonna wrap it up real pretty. I'm gonna put these things in bags and just mail it to you if you're interested. So you get this bag of buttons. I'm not gonna take these out, but you can see it's a good handful, and the majority of these buttons are vintage. You know, you might find a couple of newer ones in there, but most of these are vintage. And then there are 3 keys in each one that I threw in there, like the master keys, and then, oh, you can't see it. Where'd you go? Anyway, that's annoying when I can't find them. Yeah, so here's one of the keys, and that's another key, and then there's another key hiding down in there somewhere. They're all similar. I think these are really cool. These are fun to do the wire wrapping on. You can clean this up a little bit more. There's actually a lion on this key. It's really cool. I really like these little keys. They're fun to use on charms. Okay. So nice stash of buttons there. So like I said, this is great if you are just starting out and you just kind of want to play around with a variety of stuff, and you know, you don't want to invest a lot of money. That's kind of what I was thinking about when I was putting this together. Or if, you know, you've already got stuff, but you want to kind of add to your stash. So there's just this little strip of this vintage bandana fabric in here. And these are, I'm not going to go through them all, but there's, what I did a while back is I took all my scraps that I had, and I just cut a bunch of these pieces to use when I make my ties. So I have a bag full of them. So I just pulled from that. So there's some feed sack fabrics, and there's probably 3 or 4 of each. There's this little heart fabric. There's some quilt pieces. There's some little greenery type pieces. There's florals, some other little quilt pieces. These were some squares that I picked up from Patty Lang a while back. Some other little quilt pieces, some seersucker, floral. That's a little bit newer fabric. This is like a floral flannel. There's a couple of them in there. Some pink. This is almost like a cheesecloth sort of texture. Just a bunch of little pieces in here that you can use in kids' books, florals, just junk journal, just a mix of everything. Okay, so there's all those little scrap pieces, okay, that I've already cut. So you can make flowers with them, you can make tabs with them, you can do whatever, you know, whatever you want to. You can make the ties with them. So you get that nice little selection of scraps. And then this is just a piece off of a bag. It's a piece of nylon. This would be great to make a belly band with it. You could add other things to it. You know, our purpose is to recycle things. I just stuck that piece of that in there. And then a few little denim scraps, okay? They're fun. I like using these. I like cutting them into triangles and adding them, stitching them onto pockets and things. Or you could just make little pockets, add another little piece of fabric to it or a flower. And then I added one of my little quilt pockets that I made a while back. These are just No, you know, no fuss, no muss, not fancy, just little folded up pieces sewed into a little pocket, okay? And this is a super old quilt. Then I was gifted some of this wonderful bird fabric, and I'm working on 6 more bird journals right now. 4 that are like the ones I did, the last ones that I listed, and 2 are a little bit different. They're a little bit bigger, and I used a different type of fabric cover, but they have the birds on them. So I thought a lot of people really like these little birds, so I cut 2 little birds, and then a piece of muslin, and then sort of a piece of, this is like a painter's cloth type canvas, and I'm sharing this stuff. I do not share this lightly at all. I will hoard this till the day is long. This is that vintage ticking, okay? This is the vintage, this is a piece of that vintage ticking that I put on the first set of books that I did. So that's coming in here, that's gonna go in there. And then this piece of fabric, which says Paris on it, this is like an upholstery fabric. A couple of pockets. I think this would be cool. This came off an old pair of shorts that my son outgrew, and I just kept them. I'm gonna do, eventually I'm gonna do like a fishing and hunting journal for him. So I've just been saving kind of bits and pieces and pictures and stuff over the years, and you know, one day I'll do that for him. But I thought this would be cool, like on the back side of a journal or on the inside. You know, as a pocket, like if you're doing something like that, or you could change it up and make it more feminine. But I just think that's a fun idea, and you can do so many different things with these little pockets. So I put one of those in there, and then a couple of different jean pockets. They're fun to use if you're doing, you know, farm journals or that kind of rustic cowboy look. There's a piece of this fabric. This is, I think these were some that came in some Happy Mail. I think Chastity sent me a box full, y'all. I never shared that because it would have been a 2-hour video, no lie. Thank you, Chastity. I would never be able to use it all, so I'm going to share some of it. There was a larger piece of this that I cut down. This also, to me, would be pretty in a, you know, farm journal. This is a really pretty upholstery piece. It's almost, it feels almost like an old corduroy. It's definitely an upholstery fabric, but that would be really neat. Pretty cool for summer, or like I said, like a farm journal. This is a fabric that a friend of mine gave me a while back, and there's all these images on it. So I cut, now the images in the other box will be different, but I cut all these really pretty pieces. These would be great to use as pockets or on the front covers, you know, of a journal. And I love this one right here with the cattails on it, like in the water, like a little pond. So there's those. And then I cut the piece of the fabric out of the, you know how they come in this sample. But I also gave you the little pieces because they're fun to use too. So this is another piece of the upholstery, which is really pretty. These pieces would make great little TN covers. And then Phaedra gifted me a huge piece of this fabric, and it's that, oh my gosh, my brain goes dead. I don't know what you call this, where the colors kind of fade into one another. I know what it is, but it's not coming into me right now. So I put a nice sized piece of that, and I still have plenty of that. I've used it on one journal, but I'm going to use some more of it. I just don't have enough. Even being home, I still don't have enough time in the day to do everything I want. Then there's this striped sort of, this is thicker, sort of like an upholstery fabric. There's some purple. This is a lighter cotton. Really pretty. So try to put a variety of things in here. And I really only went through for right now, I went through one big bin of my fabric that I have like a lot of. Anyway, so, and this did make a decent dent, but not much. So there's this other, but I can only fit so much in a medium flat rate box. So there's this other really pretty floral. And most of these pieces, I tried to give you a big enough piece, you know, for journals and stuff. And there's a pretty large piece of this. This is like a really, really light green, and it's almost a silk. It's not silk. It's probably like a silk cotton blend or rayon blend, but it's really pretty. And this would be, if you like to cut out flowers, I used to make Tim Holtz and that tattered florals dye. I used to make flowers out of stuff like this, and this fabric right here makes really pretty flowers if you have a die cut machine like that, and if you can do the die cut or just cut you flowers out. Or so this is just a little scrap piece of this. This almost feels like a book cloth, like a canvas. It's sort of a wine. It's not a red color. It's more like a wine color. I hope that makes sense. But that would also be big enough for a TN cover. Then I put a big piece of this quilt. Thought this would be fun. You could cut this up and use it as pockets. You could cover a whole journal. You could just use the little floral pieces, whatever you like. I still have some of that. I got that from Jessica. And then some of the, a piece of the, there was a strip in the middle. I was trying to keep the pieces even, and then I just cut that in half. Okay. And then this is some fabric that I had in my stash that I forgot I even had, and I had probably a bolt of it. This is what I used on that journal I recently did for Jessica's, for Big Sis, for her new grandbaby's big sister. And so I cut a piece of that. But I didn't want to, like, I didn't want to overwhelm y'all with, like, too much. I hope that makes sense. So I could definitely, you know, do more, but I can't fit so much in a box. So that's what comes in this particular box, okay? And it's gonna fit in that flat rate box. All right, so that's box A. Here is box B, so you can see that it fits in a medium flat rate box. And I had started this before, and I'm not gonna go through all these fabrics because they're pretty much it's the same. You know, I literally, the tabs, the pieces of jean, this, I tried to cut everything, you know, give you the same pieces in each one. Now this pocket's different than the other, okay? So that's the pocket in this one. But, so there's all the fabric. I started doing this before they changed this box, okay? So originally, the medium flat rate box, as y'all know, was longer. It wasn't as deep, okay? So when I started this, I had some larger book covers in it, and I had to go back and revamp it because I couldn't fit it in that darn box. So sorry for all that racket. So similar book pages, okay? I'm not gonna go through all that. And they're not in the same kind of order, okay? But there's, you can see, there's some Disney pages. There's some other, this is from a book called Kiko, and this was one that Jessica sent me, and there's some really pretty book plates or images in here, and this paper is really cool. It's a very soft, silky type paper. Then here are some florals. And I hope you can see some of this while I'm flipping. Yeah, you can. And then the craft books. Yeah. This is really cool. This is like a sprout table. And then quilt books. Some kit, no, that's a quilt. So here's some little quilt designs. Some art book pages. Look at that, isn't she pretty? That's cool. So I tried to give you some really cool, now he's kind of creepy. At the circus. He's creepy. So just don't look at the clown if you don't like clowns. Anyway. And then more of the cooking, the cookbook stuff. The really cool images. This cookbook's one of my favorites. I like the way they did the 3 colors. So they did like the black, red, and blue. Yeah. Cookbook. And this is actually the this was the Illustrated Library Cooking Its Family Circle. And that's not the copyright page. Anyway, so you get all those kind of fun pages. I think I need to add, I need to add a few more kids book pages. That's what's missing in this one. But then there's, so the index pages, the large index pages, and then the maps. So some of these are, this is more the water, North America. They're just really cool. Really cool stuff to use in journals. Okay. Do I have some more? No, here we go. Here's some more pages. I did not mess up. See? They were just mixed in there. Yep. So anyhow, some of the same. You know, the doggies, the handyman. Quite a few pages from the handyman. Those are really cool. Those would be great for collage too. You know, kids book pages. Yeah. And I put pages from the same books in here. Yeah. You get the idea, right? That one's cute. I like that. I mean, you know, if I sit here and look at every little thing, you know, I can think of a use. I can think of a use for all of it, but then I can't use it all myself. You know, so I'm trying to share. Okay. So that's the paper. Then here are the buttons, and then there's one of the keys. And I don't know where those keys are hiding in here, boy. They are hiding. Wow. There's 3 keys. Okay, there they are. See them? There they are. So this is going to be box B. It would help if, you know, I need a C&I dog. There's another one. And the other one is similar to this. So you can see. They're super cool. Old, grungy. And just, you know, about 3 handfuls of buttons, okay? This one actually got a colored one in there. A little orange one. Anyway, so that's the buttons and then the keys. And then the 2 books with this is the Saggy, Baggy Elephant. And this one's not a... I was just rare that was a first edition. I didn't realize that when I threw it in here, but I'm not going to use it, so it's staying in that. So this is 1974. All the pages are intact. Okay. Really cute. This is a favorite. I've made a journal with that. And then Miss Brisby and the Magic Stone. And I think this was one that was also came in some Happy Mail, and I love it. I think it's really cute. And the pages are that right there. 1982, and the whole book is intact. This would make a really cute journal. Anyway, so I added that one, and then this is just a cover, the story of Little Jack Horner. I have used a lot of the pages, and then in this one I have this really cool Mother Goose cover, and I debated on this one now, but like I said, I have so many books, y'all, it's ridiculous, but this would make a really super cute journal here. And it's about the size of a little gold book. Really cute. I want to see what year that was. It's even got the little library card in the back. Doesn't have a year on it though. It has the 20th and the, maybe it was 1978. Anyway, the really nice cover there. And then Dumbo. Thought that would be fun. I threw in this Webster's Illustrated Dictionary. This can be painted or covered. It's a good size. You might want to kind of reinforce the binding, but be great to do a collage cover on that. Then I have the Walt Disney Stories from Other Lands cover. These are fun. I have a couple more of these that I'm going to do glue books out of. The Pied Piper of Hamelin. This is a pretty cover. This would make a really pretty journal. And then this is a bigger one, Scrapbook Favorites. I thought it would be kind of cool. This might be a kind of cool farm journal, and it's large, but if you cut it, you could actually cut this down. Like you could cut this off the top and make it more usable, and just maybe put you some washi or, you know, some kind of tape or fabric tape or something around the top, or paint it, you know, up here or just leave it, you know, if you want to do you a fun journal, but you don't like it that big. I thought the back was pretty. You could even use that. Anyway, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 covers, 2 little golden books, pages, buttons, fabrics, fun stuff. Okay, lots of fun stuff to use to get started, especially if you're new at this. Even if you've been around a while, if you like these supplies, let me know. So that's box B, and then I'm gonna put in the description, it'll be $35 a box. Okay, 15 of that is shipping, y'all. So I'm not trying to make a bunch of money here. I'm trying to share this stuff, okay? So $35 a box. That's medium flat rate shipping within the U.S. That's everything. $35 flat price for each box. Okay, I'm gonna put you know, box A, box B. I'm gonna say send me an email, and then I'm gonna send you an invoice through PayPal. Okay, so if you'll send me an email at carlafrizzell@yahoo.com, I'll put that down in the description. And then the first 2 people who, you know, respond, you know, it's first come, first serve. Okay, so I hope somebody's interested. And then if they do sell pretty quickly, if, you know, you guys like this sort of DESTASH thing and you miss out on it by chance, and you're new and you want me to put something like this together for you, I have plenty of supplies. So I could do a couple more of these. Okay, but I'm just trying to DESTASH a little bit, because I've been so blessed by so many people, and I'm just blessed that, you know, I can buy things when I find things that are on a good deal, and sometimes I just can't leave them, and I got to work on that, because I just can't have everything. Anyway, so you guys let me know. And I've also got 2 smaller journals. I'm going to do the same way, but I'm going to come back and do another video. But I've had these kind of sitting. I've made these. These are super cute. So I'm going to come back and do a video of these, and I'm going to offer these the same way. Like, send me an email if you're interested. And I'm going to do it through PayPal. Okay? So I'll be back with that video next. Okay? And I hope you all are wonderful, and I apologize for the really long video, but I really wanted to show you what was in there. Anyway, love you guys. See you soon. Bye.